Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel, and to this particular podcast. This is going to be episode 11, and I just want to say that I've been happy that you guys have been following my my story, and you've been also been very supportive in everything that I've been doing as pertains to cycling. And one of the reasons why I normally share my updates is because I know when I'm doing that, I'm basically inspiring somebody out there. And I know one thing for sure is that as much as you may not be able to do everything that I do, you're getting inspired to do something out there and becoming a better person. And another thing is that everything that you see me doing, I do it because there is somebody who is supporting me. And supporting me is not even financial. Supporting me is the fact that there's somebody who is interested to see what I'm doing and how I get to do it, and what pushes me. So apart from myself pushing myself, there is you as my follower, as my friend, as my supporter, who helps me who pushes me to be able to do this. So I've been seeing people saying online that they want to know tips on how to do this. Like recently I cycled from Nairobi to Kampala. I'd done it in 2 days, but I was to do it in 2 days, but I ended up doing it in 3 days. The first day I rode up to Ahero, then the second day I rode up to Jinja, then the third day I made it to Kampala. That was the plan that I managed to work with. And like a month ago, I had done a ride from here Nairobi to Mombasa, 500 kilometers in under 20 hours. Moving time was 16 hours. So all these things that I've been doing, people keep asking, how are you able to do it? Like, what are the tips? And I decided, let me just talk about it. It will definitely help somebody out there. It will help you who is watching, and even somebody else who will be watching this later. So it's all about you being intentional. It's all about you knowing what needs to be done, how it should be done, and then you get to do it, the part of being intentional. So if along the way you feel like asking something, don't forget to drop it in my chat. I'll be following the chat closely for the 20 minutes that I'll be on this podcast. I'll be working on a way whereby I'll be able to do podcasts frequently, and I'll definitely try to become better in terms of doing it, because I know one thing for sure is that it's not very easy to be doing this kind of thing, and everybody out there, they are busy. They also don't want to be ambushed. Maybe there is something to follow up. No, I'll try also to be notifying you guys when I want to do a podcast or I want to go live. I'll do it. So let's start first. One thing is that for you to do a ride like from here to Kampala, it's like 650 kilometers. For you to be able to do it without relenting or without failing, first thing is that yourself, you need to have planned. You need to make sure that you know the route, like you have a GPX of it somewhere. Maybe you've done it on Strava, on Komoot, or whichever app that you use to plot. Do it, and then once you've done it, you will be able to know where you will be passing, the route that you'll be passing through, the number of kilometers, and then elevation. Then you can even know where there is tough elevation and where there is not. Then once you get to know these kind of things, you start to have a plan. And another plan is now you are able to decide on how many kilometers you want to do per day, where you want to spend, and once you have that kind of a plan, other things start to become more clear. For example, if you've decided you want to do it in 2 days, it means you'll be doing like at least 300 kilometers per day. That will be like from here to Kisumu, then Kisumu to Kampala. So a ride that goes across the border, you know, one thing you need is you need a passport. Either there is interstate passport, and then there is the normal passport that a citizen can have. So, and then another thing is that you need a yellow fever certificate. You will need that when you're coming back into Kenya. So if you don't have a passport, you can try and find how to get one that will fit your use case. So you need those kind of documents. Another thing is that of course you will need to service your bike. You need to service your bike so that it's able to do that distance without letting you down. When you service your bike, you also try and ensure that you replace the tires and the tubes and anything that can compromise your journey to give you a mechanical. Then another thing is that when you do it, ensure that you try and make sure that you plan your schedule accordingly. In that matter is, if you are work and you report to somebody, make sure that they know that you're going to be needing some time to go and do something like this. You might tell them what you're going to do, or you can just fill in a leave for a number of days. So in this case, maybe you have decided to do it in 2 days. So you might need a leave of like 4 days. 2 to cycle, 1 to rest, and then 1 to come back maybe, depending on what you're going to do. Then at work, it means depending with where you work, you might need to get somebody to fill in for you when you go on leave, so that you don't leave a vacant or you don't leave your position at work to be uh, uh, to be vacant, somebody to fill in for you, or you know how you normally do things at work. Then a very crucial thing here is training. You need to train, and this training, I want to assume you've done it, you've started to prepare like a month or 2 months. So you prepared like 2 months in advance, and once you start to think about it, I normally tell people you need to hallucinate about it. It's like, I normally use this analogy, it's like there is this girl that, if you are a man, there is this girl that you want to talk to. So you do your research, you know how she talks, how she behaves towards certain things, and then now you start to plan how you'll talk to her. Now in this case, the girl is this right. So you've created a mental picture of where you want to ride, how you will pass, wherever you will pass. You actually have an idea of the towns that you will pass through. And during this time, if you are doing it for the first time, ensure that you've talked to people who have done it and they have given you an idea of what you are going to expect. Then another thing is that you need to plan on timing, so that when you plan on timing, you know very well you've taken care of things like weather conditions. Like from here to Kampala, I was exposed to all weather elements, from cold, heat from the sun, wind, rain, all those things. So like from here, when I left at 4 a.m., after getting to Ayakiwe, you know, it's all climbing, but the cold is normally there in the morning. But once you get to Limuru, up to flyover, it's totally cold. So it's so cold that your fingers become numb. You can't use your brakes or shift gears properly. So that one is there. So you have to make sure that you've taken care of such kind of things. Then, you know, when you approach somewhere like Nakuru, the sun starts to get upset with you. It becomes hotter. And if you get to Salga, it's even hotter, and you are climbing. Then towards Kericho, it starts to get cooler and somehow rain a bit. Towards Kisumu, it starts to get warm again. When you get to Uganda on the other side, it's raining from time to time. So I was hit by rain like twice on that particular day. I was riding from the border to Jinja. So you need to ensure that you have something like a rain jacket, and you're prepared to deal with it. Then you also carried chain lube, because when you ride through rain, you will be assured of one thing. Riding through rain means your chain can be dry after some time. Like not dry but clean. It will be cleaned. The lube that was there will be gone. Then after it's done raining, your chain is totally clean, and tension will start to have problems. So you need to get to a point you can add more lube to your chain. So once you have those things, so I'm assuming at this point you already have a puncture kit. You know how to fix your puncture, and you have a puncture kit, you have a pump, and then another thing is that you have a chain lube. Then if it's possible, also carry a chain cutter and even a ring spanner if you can manage all those things. But very important things are puncture kit and a pump and a chain lube. Those things, they are very important when you are riding like this long. Then I want to assume that before you get to the day that you're going to ride, you've been eating properly. So eating is something that you need to take very serious, because if you are eating only when you feel like eating, you're doing a disservice to yourself. This one is not even gender specific. I've even seen men who behave like like they are sick. They only eat when they have the appetite, and they're eating foods that probably won't help. For example, you just eat rice and you sleep. You take bread with the tea maybe, or you're just not very serious. So if you go to a very intensive ride, you are struggling to produce the energy because you've not been eating well. And you see, another thing that you need to know is that eating, when I eat now, it's not like the food that I eat now, it's going to help me immediately. No. It is just going to motivate my body to cooperate with whatever I'm doing at that particular moment. So, I need to make sure that I'm eating continuously, properly. Every day, at least eat 2 meals in a day. On a bad day, 2 meals in a day. You see, a normal human being is supposed to eat 3 times. These are the times that you eat in between here. It's just being careless. But you need to eat at least 3 meals in a day. Breakfast, lunch, supper. So on a bad day, ensure that you've eaten at least twice. It could be breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and supper, or lunch and supper. No shortcut. So when you know you are planning for a very intensive ride like the one that I just did, ensure that now you eat at least 3 meals in a day. And when you eat 3 meals in a day, just check what you are eating. And eat very well, and also hydrate very well. I can show you here. You see, this is 5 liters. I normally drink this in a week, and I'm alone. So it means in the house, I can spend I can drink water like 20 liters at least in a span of 4 weeks or 3 weeks. And when I go for a ride, a normal ride, I can drink water up to, in a single day, even up to 3 liters, depending on where I pass. Especially a ride that is taking 300 kilometers, it can even take up to 3 liters. Now, if you have problems with the hydration, try to take more salt. Increase salt intake. If you increase salt intake, it will help you to increase your water intake. Also, you can leak salt so that you have the urge of drinking more water. Then another thing is that try as much as possible to take also sugary items or sugary food. Soda, quincha, tea, porridge, honey, all these things, you need them. Because when you're going to do this ride, even if you had the electrolytes, they will not help you, because one thing for sure is that maybe you've not been using them. So also, if you're going to be using electrolytes, start to practice taking electrolytes even before the ride, so that your body gets used to it. Then go for group rides, very intensive group rides that can help you to match with the energy that you'll be doing. I don't mean the group rides, the ones that people go full gas. Like, identify a group ride that will help you to produce the energy that you will need for the ride that you are going. You can take a friend, or you can join a group and then ride with them. Then see how you are able to do it. Then as the ride approaches, ensure that you've told people near you, especially those who help you to be who you are. Leave alone the negative people with the negativity, people producing negative energy. Those people, leave them aside. Now there are people who are in your circle, like this person. You'll tell them, even if they don't know how you're going to do it, they just tell you, you are the person for this, you will do it. They even say they will pray for you. These are the people that you tell. If you have a group of cyclists that you are a member, can tell them, I'm planning to do this ride, and then people will encourage you. And then these same people, you will need to be accountable to them when you're going for a ride. So like for myself, I normally update in my channel, in my Twitter, in my WhatsApp status, in a group. I normally do that and tell a few people. So these people, they will be following up with you when you're going to do the ride. And sometimes I can tell you for sure, if people know that you are doing it at a particular moment, they can even send you something for water and even soda. Me, people do that to me most of the time whenever I go for a ride, because I normally update people. So again, another thing, ensure that you leave your house with the phone that is 100%, because you will need your phone to take photos and even update people from time to time. So I'm assuming you have a bike computer. If you don't have a bike computer, then you'll try to minimize photo shoot and then going online. You'll try to minimize that if you are using your phone to do everything. Then another thing is that you need power bank, a very nice power bank. Here is mine. It's this one is 20,000 amperes. You need one to do a ride, and then you need backlights that you are very sure they can last a certain number of hours. For example, at least 3 hours. Backlight and then front light also. And then of course, carrying charging cables and even charger head. You might stop at a hotel, and while you are eating, look for a socket, plug in your devices to be charging. Then another thing is that you need a good bag, a backpack that you will be using to carry your stuff. So plan well what you want to carry. The excess stuff that you might need later on, you can send it as a parcel. But essential things like clothes that you'll be putting on, the lycra that you'll be using, the next day, carry them inside your backpack. For a man, carry a boxer. Carry a boxer when you get to place where you'll be stopping to sleep for the night. After you've taken a shower, you need to put on your boxer. Don't sleep like that. For women, it's okay. You will take off your bra and you will sleep without your bra. That's totally fine. But for a man, it's good if you sleep with a boxer. And then you've carried Vaseline or whatever. If you bought that expensive cream that people normally use, I'm forgetting the name. Also, when you've taken a shower, apply it on your ass and then put on your boxer as a man. Women also just do the same thing, but now for women it's not important for you to sleep with an innerwear. You do not have bells that will be ringing like men. But for men, it's good that you sleep in a boxer. So I'm assuming you've carried a short and even a t-shirt. Once you've taken a shower, you put on the t-shirt and the short, and then when you're going to eat, you go with that. Don't be moving around in your lycra or basically your cycling attire. No, and even shoes. No. Just try and be decent like a normal human being. then it will help you to be able to recover. Your body will need to be recover. Another thing is that when you need to be very conscious of time when you are doing this kind of a thing, because if you see that you'll not be able to make it to a certain place, start to plan ahead. Look at Google Maps. That's why you need to have a phone being charged like 100%, and then when you stop for lunch, charge it again. So for these long rides, it's not very good if you are going to be using your phone to record it. If it's good, if it's better, it will be good if you buy either a smartwatch or a bike computer and use it to record. Because when you're using your phone, there will be issues like network loss or your phone going to power saving mode. Another thing is that when you are cycling like this, the demands themselves, they will make your phone to struggle with certain things, because now you're using your phone to charge, to record the ride, to take photos, to take videos. You are going online. If you don't have a strong phone, maybe even iPhones, they cannot do all those things at once. You'll be looking for a power bank mid ride, so it's not a very good thing. If it's possible, I recommend you might need 2 phones, and one phone maybe to record the ride, another phone, or one phone to do photography and even go online, the other one to do another thing else. That is if you are very sure also you've taken care of your security. Okay, I see this guy is talking about Humphrey Angela. You're talking about how to maintain safety, especially on a road without shoulders, solo riding. Okay, so here's one thing. To be able to do this ride, Humphrey, if you want to do this kind of a ride, the best way to do it is ensure that you ride inside the white line. If you ride inside the white line, you will be assured of less punctures. So riding inside the white line is very good for ensuring that you reduce mechanicals. And if a vehicle is coming from behind and they are hooting at you, they want you to leave the lane and go outside. If there is nowhere for you to go to, maintain there, and then just be watching your shoulder. So myself, I've learned to look over my shoulder like this. When I look over my shoulder like this, my eyes can be able to get a picture of what is coming from behind me, depending on the speed of the vehicle and even the size. Then when you hear a vehicle hooting at you, just look in front and see if there is another vehicle coming, especially if it's a big vehicle. In this case, it could be a bus, it could be a coach, it could be whatever. It could be that bus or truck. If there's another one coming in the opposite direction, then look on your side if there is somewhere for you to go to. If there is nowhere, then you can go and check behind you. You can stop and step out of the road briefly for these two vehicles to pass each other. If they are overtaking each other, in that case also again do the same thing. Otherwise, if they are hooting at you and there is no vehicle coming from the other side, there is no need for you to shift and go to the road shoulder. There is no need. I'm telling you from experience, there is no need. Sometimes these drivers, they do like that just to scare you, or basically they just want to you to leave the road. they're just being stubborn, or they're just being cheeky. They're being sort of like, I would say, they're being like mischievous. Yeah, I would use that word. They are being mischievous. So there is no point for you to leave the road and go out of the shoulder, and there is no space for you to do that. So another thing, solo riding is something that you will learn if you intend to do it. So don't be waiting for people to ride with. Take yourself out, go ride. You start to gain courage. Then another thing is that when you're doing solo riding, you might need speed. A good speed, not very high speed, but good speed. And being self-aware for it to work. I think I see a question here from Cycling DJ. Is asking he was going to Kisii, and he was using his iTel to record the Strava activity, and he's using it for music. He's using it for photos and pictures and even calls. So when he got to Kisii, he realized he had only recorded 70 kilometers. Okay, DJ, if you want to do that ride again, you might want to consider buying a bike computer. XOS is just 5K. Yes. Then for music, I also listen to music when I'm cycling. Certain places I do listen to music, but here's the thing: if you want to ensure that you manage to do your ride with less inconveniences, especially when your phone is recording very little, consider getting a second phone for doing that alone. If it's not possible, then don't listen to music. And then if you are recording Strava, when you stop to take videos and photos, ensure that you resume the ride. Check that Strava has not hanged. But if you want to be like the way me I am, you see me updating and doing all those things, buy a bike computer, specific, so that it's able to record your activity. Then you can remain with the phone for doing music, and then doing videos, and then photos, and then calls. It will be able to work, because the phone, as much as the phone is having the capability of doing all those things, one thing for sure I can testify to you is that not all phones can manage all those things at once. And you have a good example of an iTel. So know the capabilities of your phone, but at the same time, don't abuse them. So if it's possible, have 2 phones and then a power bank. That is if you are not able to have a bike computer. But I would recommend that you save and buy a bike computer. XOS is 5K only. And your phone, I'm sure your phone is 10K and above. I've never seen a smartphone that is below 10K. So those are some of the things. I've tried to address some of the questions and tips that you guys asked for, and I'll be ending it there. We are done with 34 minutes. I'll be closing it at 35 minutes. So I haven't seen another question here on the chat, but thanks Humphrey and Cycling DJ for asking questions, and I'll see you in my next podcast. I'll try to improve on being frequent, and also trying to ensure that I tell guys in advance that I'm doing this kind of a thing. Thanks guys, until next time.